What's up, y'all? This is Styles Major here. Today I'm just doing a video for you guys. Just out on a walk, super nice day out here where I'm at. Just want to talk about the power of your imagination. Um, I've been studying, things like the power of your imagination and things of that nature for the last 10 years or so. All these different teachings from like Wayne Dyer and a bunch of different philosophies on it. And it's safe to say I've tested out a lot of these methods, and at this point in my life, I'm able to I can tell what's real and what's not. And one thing I just wanted to leave you guys with the messages is one of the best self-help gurus I ever met. He was like 80 years old when I met him. His name was Dr. Dennis Waitley. He wrote The Psychology of Winning, and I had the chance to meet him at a seminar once, and I had like a couple seconds with him, and I asked him, I said, what is the best book or the most influential book or thing that ever happened to you? And this is coming from a guy who's probably worth tens of millions of dollars or more. And he told me, he said, As a Man Thinketh. And that's a book that's kind of a smaller book, but it's a really good book, and it basically talks about the power of your mind and the power of your thoughts, and how those will manifest the life you want and or don't want, better yet. And I think a lot of times us as people, we or not all of us, but a lot of us, especially if we were raised in kind of tough environments, we will tend to just think about what we can't have and why we can't have it, and then we wonder why those things keep appearing in our life. And I can definitely relate to that. I had to get out of some of those thoughts just from the environments I was raised in. A lot of people thought that way, and unfortunately they continued to manifest the things they didn't want. It wasn't until I was about 20, 21 where I learned the power of the stuff, and I started manifesting things in my life. In the last 10 years, a lot of things have changed. Unfortunately, part of the human condition is sometimes we get used to our success and forget about how far we've came in certain things, and we'll take certain things for granted, and so it's safe to say a lot of the stuff that I wished I had when I was like 23, I'm almost 30 next month. Safe to say I pretty much almost got everything that I was wanting, and it's kind of weird because now I realize that I could have been wishing for more, but it's a tricky thing how that works. And at the time when I was thinking about these things, I was having a rough time with life. I wasn't making a lot of money. I was living back at home. I was just kind of lost, my early 20s, and I was never one of those people that had anything just handed to me or given to me. So everything I've ever got in my life, whether it was intellectually or achievement-wise or education-wise, a lot of times, I've had a pure drive to get it, and that's how I got it. And that's a blessing, and when you're younger, sometimes you look at it as a curse, but now at almost 30 years old, I realize that living life that way was almost a blessing, because I appreciate things a lot more, and I have a very strong drive inside myself. So what I want to tell you guys about that is, like, my goals at the time to me were high, but once you achieve them, you're like, oh crap, okay, I can do more. And then there's certain things that I didn't focus too much on, and I thought about in a negative way, subconsciously, and I manifested those things. So as I continue to go forward and live this life and stuff, it's all about just finding those weaknesses and all that. And you never want to think it's self-doubt. And a lot of people who are haters, there'll be people who hate on this video, and I meet a lot of people who are just, I don't really hang around them. I'll meet them and I'll excommunicate them from my lives, because I don't like to be around any people who, it's one thing to have self-doubt about yourself, but to have self-doubt and to put that onto other people, I'm not cool with that. I think there's a problem with that, and I don't want anything to do with that. And I've lost friends and certain people, and I stopped communicating with certain people because they're those type of people that they just see the negative of anything. So it doesn't even have to do with you. It's anybody. And you notice with those people, you can bring up anyone's having success. So and so was doing this, and they'll be like, oh well, it won't last. Or hey, so and so just got married. Yeah, well, they're gonna get divorced. Like just those people who are just. And I have mercy on those people, because those people usually, unfortunately, grew up with parents or people around them who, crapped on their dreams and pushed them down in all different types of ways. I do my best, and the thing I learned as I've got older is you can't carry people. You lead by example. You help those who want help, but most people, they got just on their own path. So that's one of the main things I'll tell you guys is just don't let anyone else cloud your imagination, because there's going to be a lot of naysayers and people. And I've known a lot of people who've quit and gave up on themselves because of the negative influences they had. It could have been, from their parents. It could have been from anybody. So I just wanted to bring that up. So these things I'm talking about are from great men who stood before me and shared this information, and I'm just sharing it with you. So this is not really coming from me. I'm just telling you guys my experience from all the great people that I've learned from. And yeah, I would just tell you to just keep thinking positive and keep pushing forward in your life, and continue to do those things that provide good things for you. And just remember that the power of the things you think about have the real power, the absolute power to change your future and change your life. So I want you to meditate on the good things. I want you to meditate on the things that you want, and not so much on the things you don't want, and get rid of that self-doubt, and get rid of anybody that wants to put you down, because the truth is that I'm not saying things are going to happen overnight. This isn't some secret stuff. Obviously, when you think and imagine certain things, there's the element of discipline and hard work and absolute focus that needs to go into those things to manifest them. You can't just imagine something and then do the actions that are gonna provide the opposite results. You can't be like, yo, I'm gonna be a doctor, and then you never go to college, or you never put in the hours to become a doctor. You have to align both of those things, and I've been able to imagine and achieve a lot of things. Our YouTube channel's got over like 60 million views or something like that, and on my side, you get used to it, so I still feel like that 16-year-old kid who just started wanting to prove himself. But sometimes you have to look back and realize how far you came, and I've came a long way from what I came from, and I really believe that I have a lot further to go. But material things are nice and things of that nature, and but it's more about the journey and who we become, because we can't take any of those things with us when we die. So my whole mission is just to try to become the self-actualized, and master a lot of areas of my life and manifest the things I want in multiple areas of my life. So I'm going to end this video today. Leave a comment below on some things that you want to see happen in your life, and tell me a few things that you learned from this video that you think will help you do that. So this is Styles Major checking out. Thank you all for checking in.